guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Hydroneer. So since the last time we played, they actually released a huge update, and you can already see because now we have a sign here. So in that update though, I did have to actually restart because otherwise it wouldn't have like the nifty new cart and all of that stuff. So I did kind of just get us started, and then I fished a whole bunch of fish, so we have a whole bunch of currency. So we're gonna grab our cart here, which is really fun and exciting, though you do move kind of slow. And we're gonna come over here and we're gonna buy a whole bunch of stuff so that we can get started on the first kind of level of, I guess, advanced mining. Not really automation, but definitely advanced mining. Alright, so there we go. So we're putting the cart in there so I can actually just put the things that we're gonna buy right into the cart and then move it that way. So we're gonna start off with, we're gonna need a construction hammer, which will allow us to lock things into place. And we're gonna need some wooden foundations. I think that I'll buy, I don't know how many of these wooden foundations I'll buy, but they apparently don't fit in the cart, so let's buy those last. Okay, so we're gonna buy a mining helmet, because we're gonna be underground at some point. And then we'll buy an intake valve here, because we're going to set up a wash station? A wash plant? How do you get this to stay? Well, it's not going to stay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and so we'll need this water valve, which will let us to turn the water on and off. And then we'll probably need a, at least one of these elbows. I don't know. I didn't really plan it that far ahead. I was just kind of winging it. Perfect. And so we'll buy more pipe as we need it. I'm gonna get a little bit stuck here. And so then we're gonna buy a pickaxe so that we can dig a hole. Big hole. And the other things we're going to need are all of the smelting stuff. So we're gonna buy the small furnace. And we should be able to get this in our cart. Yes! And we'll buy the crucible. And that'll fit too. Perfect. And the anvil. So that we can turn our bars and stuff into resources. We'll grab the casting mold here. And we'll need the blacksmithing hammer, of course, to do our actual blacksmithing. Let's see, what else do we need? We're going to need the grindstone to polish any jewels that we find. And then I want a tool rack so that we can store our tools. Our lovely tools. So that's 1,100 coin, and you can see we have 1,500 coin, which I got from just fishing, if you wanted to know. Because fishing is really fast. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to take our cart, and we're going to come over here, and we're going to unload all of this this junk, because it is junk. Oh, it won't let me... There we go. It wouldn't, like, right here in this hill, apparently, I can't detach from my cart. So we're gonna start with the pipe, I guess. I think we're gonna dig our mine like right here, maybe? I don't know. So let's go ahead and see about placing this. I think this is how you rotate this. Oh, it's kind of cattywampus. I don't know how I feel about the fact that it's cattywampus. It's also pretty low in altitude. Like up here would be better, but it's fine. Okay, great. So then we're gonna take that and we're gonna just drop this out of the way. Some of this stuff is just gonna go wherever we stick it for right now. Pipe. Oh, that's not the pipe that we want, but we will want that pipe eventually. Let's see. Oh, that's the construction hammer, the pickaxe, the elbow that I'm now thinking that I might not need. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this works out for me. Pipe. All right. So, I'm gonna run into another pipe here. There we go. Perfect. I think I'm gonna need one more of those. Let's go grab another one of those. Just a straight piece of pipe. We might have bought an elbow and then didn't need it, but that's fine. Didn't do me any harm. I have coin to spare for now. There we go. Alright, so then we're gonna place this at the end of this. I lied. I'm gonna want one or two more of those. This might take us a little while, the running in the back and forth here. So we're gonna buy two, since we're here. And I didn't bring the cart, so I can't transport them both at the same time, but hey. That's fine too. Just run halfway, you know? It makes me feel better, okay guys? Don't question me. Okay, so we can stick this pipe. We can stick this pipe right here. And then this one. Watch it turn out that I really didn't need this one. No, I think it really did. Okay, so then we'll grab this one here. And we're gonna stick it. We're gonna rotate it. We're gonna rotate it some more. Perfect. And then we're gonna actually turn off the water so that I don't have to listen to it. So then we're gonna take the construction hammer here and tap all of this into place so that we can't accidentally move it. Because that would be bad for us, I promise. Perfect. So the nice thing about this, having this water come out like this, is I can stick this guy. I can try to stick this guy right here. If it will let me. It might not let me. There we go. And it should be able to just turn the water on and off to constantly fill that as we fill that with dirt. Perfect. Okay, so what's the next thing we need to do? Well, honestly, let's just set up our mining setup, our improvement setup, what is this called? Our smithing setup for now. And then we'll go and worry about digging our hole in a second. So where's our tool rack? So our tool rack is gonna go right here, I guess. I kind of wanted it to not be clipping the ground, but you know, I'm also not going to be picky about it since I don't actually have a foundation set up there. And then we'll set this guy. Yep, that works for me. Can we stick you over here, out of the way? Perfect. And we'll grab the crucible and we'll just run into a bunch of things. Drop the crucible just on top of there. It doesn't do it any harm to sit in the fire, I promise. We'll grab our mold and drop our mold right here. And then we'll grab our grindstone up and we'll stick the grindstone wherever it lets me. Which is apparently it will let me stick it in the ground. That's not really what I'm looking for. Good enough right there. Oh, and our anvil. Anvil. Where are we going to stick our anvil, you ask? Right here, apparently. And we need this guy, the construction hammer, so we can tap all of this stuff into place. There we go. And we will then put away our blacksmith hammer for now in our nice little tool rack. And our, is this our improved shovel? I think this is the improved shovel. Yeah, I think I might have tossed the old shovel just off into the abyss because that's what you do, you know? And we'll grab our brush and we'll put our brush away if it lets me. There we go. Perfect. So now what we need to do is we need to turn this on. We need to turn this on. There we go. And then put it on our head. Grab our pickaxe, and we're gonna dig a hole. So that's where our water is, so we're gonna just dig our hole right here. So this hole, I'm gonna actually dig all the way down to the very bottom here. Of course, if you guys have been paying any attention, you know that more valuable resources are at the very bottom of the, or like lower down. So that's what we're trying to get to. The bottom here, which is this right here. And then I'm going to widen this because we need to actually build a staircase. We're going to use the foundations to do that. So, the staircase is for easy access. You can, of course, build like a ramp and stuff like that. If you have the, like the plating or whatever, but we don't have access to that yet, so. And if you guys are wondering how I'm going to get out of this hole, well, I'll show you eventually, I promise. Because yes, I am now stuck in the hole. That's okay. So the thing about the pickaxe is when you're essentially deleting dirt, which is kind of like deleting resources, but there's plenty of dirt. There's plenty of resources, I promise. So you will in fact survive if that's what you're worried about. Alrighty. That might be good enough. I'm not 100% sure that this is wide enough, but I'm not 100% sure that it's not wide enough, so there's that. Alright. Is this good, you think? Yeah. It might be good. Well, it looks pretty good. So let's start with this, and if it's not enough, we'll know. So then I'm gonna actually just go ahead and hit unstuck here, and it'll drop us up here. And then I'm going to... Can I store this too? No, I can't. Because our tool rack is full. I'm gonna just throw my pickaxe on the ground. I'm gonna grab my cart, and I'm gonna go get a bunch of wooden foundations. We're off to get the foundations. So many foundations. So I don't really know how I'm gonna make them fit into that cart, because I could put them in the truck, I guess. It's just not as convenient. 1. Can I make you clip? Yes, I can make them clip. 2. 3. I think foundations are actually pretty cheap. Yeah, they are. So I don't have to worry too much about spending too much here. Or really even having extra foundations. Because if I have extra foundations, I can find uses for them, I promise. So, let's see, that's 35, so we'll go with that. That leaves us a whole bunch of coins still. And now we're gonna head back over here and start placing our foundations to build a nice, happy staircase. Perfect. Okay, so the first one, is going to be kind of cattywampus. I don't know why it's cattywampus like that, but okay. The first one's gonna go right there. And the second one is going to also be a little cattywampus. Okay. I don't know why they're like that. I really don't, but it'll be okay, probably. Most probably. Kind of not sure here. Let's see. How do I get this to... There we go. Whoops. And then I'll just mine that part out a little bit. It'll be okay. I'm relatively confident that we're gonna be safe here. So I'm actually gonna put this one here. There we go. And then we'll put... Oh, exactly what I didn't want to happen there. Can we put this guy... No. Right there. Perfect. So I am making this too wide. That wasn't part of the plan, but it does actually help me out in terms of places to stick the buckets as I'm moving the buckets out. So, there's a sweet spot. There we go. It's like there's a sweet spot I'm trying to get to that will make me very happy. Perfect. Oop, jumping. Oh, and now I'm out of foundations. Probably need, 4 more, maybe? Let's go get more foundations. Once you're attached to the cart, you're pretty slow. I feel like, though, that's kind of to be expected, maybe? Because if you consider the cart is probably pretty heavy, and you have to pull it, and, you know, realism all the way here. Okay, more foundations. Oops. Yeah, well, that worked. It's fine. I don't like it when they make, like, the really loud crashing sound. It kind of freaks me out. And it's hard on the ears. Okay, 4 more foundations. We'll just buy those, and then we'll move on with our lives. I should have probably grabbed this outside the fence. I always am like, Koi, do that. And then I forget. Okay, we're coming over here. And there we go. Placing more foundations. So I have to kind of jump down in here to place these ones. There we go. Those actually might be the last ones that I need to place. See if I can jump out of here. Nope, I can't. Alright, so we're gonna unstuck really quick here. Okay, so we need to take the pickaxe here and open up our staircase. Because I keep getting stuck and it's not fun. It's not fun, I tell you. Apparently we've found a relic. A spyglass relic. You stick these in the cave, and I don't know why you stick them in the cave, but you stick them in a cave and things happen, I guess. Okay. Get out of my face. So, we will grab that relic in a second. For now, I'm like, it's just, let's not worry about it. Okay. Trying to make sure that there's nothing that I'm gonna get my head caught on while I'm trying to mine down here. Or go up the stairs or whatever, you know? So that's what we're working on here. And I might actually just leave the pickaxe down here. Okay, that should be good enough. I'm feeling confident about that. So let's leave the pickaxe here, just in case I manage to get myself stuck, because that's actually quite the possibility. So then we'll stick up. We'll stick this guy. We're gonna struggle for a second. It's fine. We'll stick this guy. Why are you doing this to me? Thank you. Okay, we'll grab this relic, and then we're just gonna kind of chuck it right here because I don't need it right this second. Now, what do we need? We need the game not to crash. The game crashed. Okay. So, let's hope that saved. Because if it didn't, I'm gonna be really disappointed. We're gonna relaunch the game here. Okay, so our staircase is missing. Our helmet is floating in the middle of the air. Yeah. Okay, well, you know, that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, well, that's not really what I wanted to happen. Okay, can I please stick this back on my head, please? Cute! Alright, so now we're stuck back down in here. Unstuck, please. That was good fun. I always like it when the game crashes. It's one of my favorite things to happen. So now we can rebuild our staircase. Not a big deal, you know. It never hurt us to have a second go at building our staircase. So how did I make this work last time? Let's see. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward through me building this staircase a second time. Okay, so here we are. Staircase completed. And now we just need to chuck all of our buckets down there so we can get started. So we're going to just come over here and literally drop them into the hole because that's how we roll. Alright. Dropping our buckets. We don't have a whole lot of buckets, and having more buckets would definitely probably be a good investment, but right now I'm like, we're fine. For right this second, we'll be fine with no buckets, or well, with like the 4 buckets or whatever we have. I didn't actually count them, I bet you there's 6 though. Knowing myself. Perfect, and then I think our shovel is right here, so we'll grab that, and down into the mine we go. Oh hey, we'll just chuck that down here. Bucket, come here, you have to come all the way down. Thanks! So, we're gonna just start filling up buckets here. I know the buckets are all scattered all over the place, but it's fine, trust me. We'll, worry about organization on our buckets later. So we do know, of course, because we are mining at a much lower depth, that we are expecting better resources at this point, so that one's definitely full. Alright, so we're gonna place our buckets right here. Because I should be able to reach this one from the top, I think. That bucket's gonna make a racket. It'll be okay. Probably. And this bucket. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna hop up here, and then we're gonna move our buckets again. So it's not perfect because, you know, I do have to move the buckets twice, but eventually we won't have to move buckets at all because we'll be automated. Fully automated. We're not fully automated yet, but we will be one day. Alright, so the nice thing about this is you just turn this on, and then you remember that you put your brush in the tool rack because you're a weirdo. And you just go, scrubby scrub. Look at those giant resources. And then you chuck your bucket back down into the... Oh! Yikes. So that's right there. That's why you definitely want to make sure that you lock everything down with the construction hammer. But it wouldn't let me lock that one into place for some reason. I don't know what its beef was, but we'll fix that in a second, okay? I can only do so many things at a time here. So this is the plan for, mining resources now. You know, you just dump them into here. You don't have to move this pan or anything. And it makes life nice and simple. Kind of speeds up the process. So I'm really excited about that. We'll turn that off, mostly because I don't like to listen to the sound. Alright, let me see if I can fix this. Construction hammer. Okay, that time it let me lock it into place. Alright, so our staircase is all nice and locked into place. I think one of our buckets has water in it. That's not really ideal. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill this up with a bunch of ores so that we can move on to some smithing here. Okay guys, so we have mined a bunch of different ores now. So this is a bucket full of iron and a bucket full of gold, and we've got a power shard in there, and we've got ourselves a nice little emerald. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make something out of our iron. So the first thing is we'll grab our crucible, and then we will dump our iron ore into that, and we'll grab our crucible and throw it back on the fire, and we'll let that do that. So you can kind of look in here and see that you still got ore in there. And we're going to have to wait a minute. So while we're waiting, we're going to take this emerald, and we'll come over to the grindstone and just click on the grindstone, and you can now see that we actually have a an actual emerald versus, you know, an uncut emerald. So this is now melted. So we'll take the crucible, and then we're going to pour it onto the mold there. And that'll be nice. So what we're going to do then is we're gonna take our bucket of gold. We'll dump our gold into here. We'll grab our crucible and we'll drop it back on here. Something to keep in mind, guys, is you can't mix the ores. If you try to mix them together, they won't ever melt. So keep that in mind. So we're gonna apparently pick up our whole entire tool rack there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to come over here, and you can see how you've got, that sound was just letting us know that it's done, so I'll pour it out here. Now I've got a gold bar. Can I just throw this in the water? Yay, look how nice and cooled down it is. Okay, so, if we click on the anvil here, we've got a 1 and a gray bar with a red dot on it. That means it takes 1 iron bar that has to be hot in order to make this. This takes 2 iron bars, 3 iron bars, 1 gold and 1 gem, 2 gold and 1 gem, and so on and so forth. So we have 1 iron bar, so we're going to grab this, and we need to heat it up. So we'll wait until it's nice and glowing hot. And then we'll drop it on the anvil. We'll mist the anvil, we'll drop it on the anvil, we'll grab our hammer, and we'll go tap tap. And now we have a dagger. And it's giant because that was a whole lot of iron that we put into that 1 bar. And we'll throw this in our cart really quick. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we'll change this over to jewelry, to like a ring here. So we'll throw this in here so that it gets nice and hot. Waiting for it to get nice and glowy and red hot. And then we'll drop this onto here. And then we'll grab our emeralds and we'll drop it onto here. And our hammer, and ta-da, we've got a ring, and of course it's also giant. Now, we're going to throw these in our cart, and we'll run up the hill here, slowly. We'll trot up the hill here, because, you know, that's how it works out. Ever so slowly. So we're wearing the miner's helmet because it's dark down in our cave, as you guys can see, and you can put lanterns down there. There's a lantern where you pick up your first shovel, and you can also buy more lanterns and light posts if you want. But I find it's just kind of easier to wear the helmet, especially when you're first getting started. So what we're going to do, we're going to look and see, these are the market values. So daggers and swords are down, as well as rings and necklaces, but axes are up. So what that means is you can sell things here when they're up, and you'll get more value for them, but the things that we have to sell are not up right now. So we're going to actually go ahead and sell them back over here, where we sell everything else. So that's how the market works, just so you guys know, if you were wondering. So we'll take our sword and we'll drop it on here, and we'll take our ring. We'll take our ring if we can. Thank you. Drop it on here, and ta-da, an easy 500 gold. So of course you can see that this sort of stuff sells for much more than your other stuff. So guys, that is like the intermediate level mining there. The step up from here is automation. So that's what we'll aim for in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit like if you like, subscribe if you're not already. I upload new episodes every day. Okay, thanks, bye!